It was a serene Sunday morning in Willow Creek Estates, the kind where the golden pink dawn painted the sky and the air carried the promise of a perfect day. I sat on my porch, savoring the bitter warmth of my coffee, watching the neighborhood stir. My daughter Emily laced up her running shoes, her athletic frame a testament to years of discipline. A retired Marine Corps instructor, she traded battlefields for backyard gardening and trail jogs, easing into civilian life. I thought we'd found peace here, in this sprawling suburban haven of big lots and open fields. I was wrong. Dead wrong. 2 months ago, we moved to Willow Creek, lured by its quiet charm. But whispers of trouble followed. Old Mr. Thompson, over coffee one morning, warned me about Carl Dempsey, the HOA's self-styled enforcer. Thinks he's a sheriff, he muttered, shaking his head. Acts like it, too. I brushed it off as small-town gossip. Then came that morning, when the tranquility shattered like glass. Tires screeched, shouts pierced the air, and my coffee splashed as I bolted down the driveway. A crowd had gathered at the trailhead, phones out, gasps rising. There was Emily, calm as a storm's eye, facing Carl, who waved a pistol like a BMOVYE thug. His beat-up SUV, plastered with fake police decals, idled behind him, mirrored sunglasses glinting like a cheap action flick reject. Show ID now! Carl barked, voice trembling. You're trespassing. Suspicious. Emily's gaze could have cut steel. And if I don't, what? She quipped, her tone laced with mockery. Deputy dog. His knuckles whitened, gun raised. The crowd held its breath. My heart thundered, but I trusted Emily's training. She stepped forward, hands raised just enough to seem compliant, her stance pure control. Sure you want to point that at me, Carl? She said, voice soft but lethal. Sure you want to make a mistake you can't undo? His hand twitched. In a heartbeat, Emily closed the gap, twisted his wrist, popped the magazine, and dismantled the gun into useless pieces at their feet. The crowd erupted cheers, applause, phones capturing every second. Carl stared at the scattered parts, betrayed by his own bravado. Emily dusted her hands. Call your boss, she mocked. Oh, wait. You don't have one. Sheriff's deputies arrived, shaking Emily's hand, chuckling at Carl's humiliation. But the HOA board, led by the imperious Mrs. Evelyn Harper, wasn't laughing. Sweeping in with a cloud of perfume, she begged Emily not to press charges, offering free dues for a year to save the community's reputation. Emily's smile was calm, lethal, plotting. I'll think about it, she said, but I knew that look from her Marine days. Carl and the HOA thought they'd dodged a bullet. They hadn't seen the war coming. Emily didn't rush. She was a chess player in a world of checkers, a strategist who thrived on precision. After disarming Carl, she finished her jog, tossing me a grin as she returned. We're gonna have fun with this, she said, her eyes glinting with that old Marine fire. I didn't ask. For days, she played at casual jogging, chatting with neighbors, but she was hunting. Her questions were razor sharp. How long had Carl patrolled? Who funded him? How were fines issued? She learned Carl wasn't a volunteer but an under-the-table hire, paid with resident dues, no vote, no background check, just a fake badge and a loaded ego. Emily craved hard proof. One night, under cover of darkness, we crept out, planting hidden cameras at the trailhead, clubhouse, and HOA office. Adrenaline buzzed like a covert op. Within days, the footage was damning. Carl bullying a teen cyclist, accusing him of threatening safety, intimidating a mom over birthday balloons, demanding a permit or a due law 500 fine. My blood boiled, but Emily stayed ice cold. This is gold, she said, SAVYing it to her laptop. She also targeted the HOA. Posing as an eager newcomer, she charmed her way into a board meeting, nibbling stale donuts as the board spilled secrets. Dues funneled to Carl's patrols via beautification slush fund, covering his gas, uniform, even his badge. One night, Emily recorded Evelyn plotting to bury us in violations until we moved, calling Emily a troublemaker and me a pushover. Emily smiled across the table, her recorder capturing every word. They think they can bully us. She laughed later. They don't know who they're messing with. She built her case like a fortress vy Deos, photos, a flowchart tracing dues to Carl's pocket. Carl, thinking he'd scared her, smirked as he cruised past our house. He didn't know he was walking into her trap. Emily suggested baiting the HOA to overplay their hand. Let them think they're untouchable, she said. They'll show everyone who they are. Risky, but genius. We played nice, paid dues, even baked cookies for a meeting, making Evelyn squirm. The retaliation hit fast. A violation notice scratched into our door, citing our tiny American flag as unauthorized, then notices for excessive jogging and lawn height, despite our pristine yard. Emily photographed each, her vy denke pile growing. Then came the escalation. Emily's car was keyed, tires slashed, a fake ticket calling her a dangerous driver. She didn't rage. She smiled, checking her driveway camera. There was Carl, knife in hand, smug under the security light. Got him, she said, freezing his face on screen. Emily drafted a report, attaching every file, and sent it to the sheriff, news stations, and the DA. But she wanted more than legal vy Torish wanted public shame. She announced a Patriots' Day event at our house, honoring local veterans, including her Ser VYC. The HOA couldn't object without looking unpatriotic, so they promoted it, unaware they were setting their own stage. Emily prepared meticulously, tents, buffet, red, white, blue decor. News vans rolled in, reporters clutching her press kits. Neighbors buzzed, some whispering support. The board showed up, Evelyn's smile strained. Carl was conspicuously absent. Emily's speech was heartfelt, thanking veterans. Then she handed the mic to reporters, who grilled the board, playing footage of Evelyn's scheming and Carl's bullying. Neighbors gasped, murmurs turning to outrage. The board wilted, Evelyn's apologies drowned by boos. Deputies arrived, surveying investigation notices, one thanking Emily publicly. The HOA's facade shattered as neighbors chanted for resignations. The fallout was swift. Headlines screamed, "Fake cop threatens veteran's daughter. HOA embroiled in scandal." Petitions demanded Evelyn's ouster. The board's closed-door meetings flopped. Neighbors weren't scared anymore. Another violation arrived, claiming our event was unauthorized, despite their newsletter. Emily laughed, adding it to her file. A legal threat followed, accusing us of defamation. Emily's response cited whistleblower laws and her DA complaint, mailed with a smirk. Carl's harassment persisted. Our mailbox toppled, trash dumped, threatening notes. Emily's cameras caught teens he'd paid to vandalize. They confessed, landing him conspiracy charges. She sent updated EVY denke everywhere, including the state HOA regulator. The board called a community unity meeting, hoping to spin the narrative. We sat front row, watching Evelyn's speech unravel as a reporter cited financial misdeeds. Neighbors shouted, one vying a fine for sunflowers, another demanding resignations. The chant, "Resign!" shook the room. Evelyn fled, the meeting collapsing. Neighbors stayed, planning a recall. Emily smiled. She predicted it all. Carl, it turned out, had scammed other HOAs, racking up lawsuits. The recall vote ousted Evelyn and 4 board members, replaced by honest neighbors. An audit exposed the slush fund. Unlicensed patrols were banned. Evelyn sold her house, Leah vying quietly, unmourned. Life normalized. Kids played, flags flew, fear faded. At a community cookout, Mr. Jenkins, an old veteran, praised Emily for vying Willow Creek with heart and brains. Applause roared. Emily blushed but waved it off. "Fighting's about refusing to quit," she said later. "Not being loudest." A month later, a dedication ceremony unveiled the park plaque. "A community thrives when its people stand together." Neighbors gifted us a sign. "Willow Creek thanks Emily," hung proudly by our garden. She didn't brag, just planted sunflowers, their faces chasing the sun. Newcomers heard the legend of the jogger who toppled tyrants, and old-timers grinned, saying, "Let me tell you about the HOA that thought it was in charge." Emily smiled, sowing seeds of courage, proving one woman's grit could spark a revolution.